there such a thing as a safe tan? Right now, women are getting theirs from the sun, sunbeds, sprays, bottles, even injections. Some of those are safe, some are downright dangerous. I'm Heather, I've studied chemistry, I work in finance, so I make videos that cut through the beauty industry's BS with actual science. I'll be real with you, I've just come back from holiday and I've actually got a tan, believe it or not. And I love how it looks. But here's the ugly truth. A tan isn't a sign of health. It's proof that your skin has been damaged. So how do we keep the glow without gambling with our skin? That's exactly what we're breaking down today. I've also put together a free glow without the gamble cheat sheet to help you keep the glow without wrecking your skin. I'll link it below. So let's get into the science of the tan. A tan is not a sign of health. It's your skin's emergency response to damage. When ultraviolet light hits your skin, it doesn't just warm you up, it actually injures your cells. UVB rays cause what's called direct DNA mutations. Specifically, something that scientists call thymine dimers. It's basically your DNA letters sticking together in the wrong places. Over time, those mistakes add up. It's like adding another typo to your genetic code every time you get a tan. And eventually, too many typos can turn into cancer. UVA rays damage in a sneakier way. They don't hit your DNA directly. Instead, they generate reactive oxygen species, or free radicals inside your skin. Those attack your collagen and elastin. They also nick at your DNA indirectly. Imagine UVA is like invisible rust that weakens the scaffolding that keeps your skin smooth and firm. That's why tanning doesn't just increase cancer risk, it also makes you age faster. And the worst part is that your skin has memory. Every burn, every tan gets written into that cellular diary. The damage doesn't reset each summer, it accumulates. And before you say it, no. Lying out in the sun for hours is not a good way to get your vitamin D. Your body makes all the vitamin D it can in a few minutes of incidental sunlight, like walking to the shop. After that, more sun doesn't make more vitamin D, it just makes more damage. Dermatologists are clear, there's no such thing as a healthy tan. The idea of getting a base tan to protect yourself on holiday is just total BS. At best, a base tan gives you the equivalent SPF of 3 to 4. To put that in perspective, doctors recommend at least an SPF of 30. So getting a base tan is about as useful as putting up a paper umbrella in a hurricane. With that in mind, let's look at the most common ways people are getting a tan and figure out which ones are worth it and which ones definitely aren't. Let's start with indoor tanning beds. I'll be honest, I was seriously tempted to go back on the sunbed to keep this holiday tan. In my early 20s, I used them all the time. They felt quick, convenient, and I convinced myself that they were safer than lying out in the sun. But here's what the science actually said. The benefits of sunbeds are that they're quick and predictable. You spend 5 or 15 minutes under controlled UV with no clouds or weather to worry about, with predictable, instant bronzing. And my favourite benefit is the privacy and comfort. You get that warm, quiet booth that feels like a mini escape, especially in the middle of winter. But the cons massively outweigh that. These are concentrated DNA damage. Sunbeds bombard your skin with UVA up to 12 times stronger than the midday sun. UVA penetrates the dermis, creating these free radicals, unstable molecules that nick DNA, proteins, and lipids. Just think of them as molecular wrecking balls. Over time, this stealth damage breaks down collagen and creates mutations that set the stage for skin cancer. Which brings us to the next downside, which is that sunbeds are a huge cancer risk. The data is stark. Using tanning beds before 35 increases your risk of melanoma, the deadliest skin cancer, by 75%. Even a single session measurably increases risk. The World Health Organization classes tanning beds as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same category as asbestos and tobacco. So when you lie down in a sunbed, biologically it's closer to smoking a cigarette than to skincare. They also accelerate aging. UVA quietly slices through your collagen. That's why regular sunbed users often look older faster. Leathery texture, sagging, and deep wrinkles. Some countries even have legal bans and warnings. Australia and Brazil banned commercial tanning salons entirely. And many countries ban under 18s. And dermatological bodies worldwide say there is no such thing as a safe tanning dose indoors. Sunbeds promise a quick tan, but what they really deliver is DNA mutations, collagen breakdowns, and a massive spike in cancer risk. When experts call them the skin cancer machines, they're not exaggerating. Next up, we've got self-tanning products like lotions, mousses, and drops. I've tried self-tanner plenty of times, and honestly, I'm just shockingly bad at it. 9 times out of 10, I look like I've just dyed myself in tango. But disasters aside, fake tan is the safest way to get that glow. The active ingredient in almost every self-tanner is DHA, dihydroxyacetone. It's a colourless sugar that reacts with the amino acids in the very top layer of your skin, the stratum corneum. Chemists call this the Maillard reaction, the same browning reaction that makes bread crust or caramel. So when you use a fake tan, you're basically toasting your outer layer of skin cells. It's not permanent because those dead cells naturally shed every week, but it gives you colour without any UV damage underneath. The benefits of this are obviously zero UV risk. It's flexible. You can get it in lotions, mousses or drops. It's natural looking with these modern formulas. And it leans towards safer habits overall. Studies show that people who rely on fake tan actually use better sun protection outdoors because they're not chasing a real tan. But like with everything in life, it comes with negatives. The colour fades as your skin renews itself every 5 to 10 days. It streaks if you rush, and it doesn't protect you from UV. SPF is still needed. And there's the DHA smell and mess, and sometimes you can get irritation from the fragrance or the preservatives. But self-tanners are basically chemistry's answer to the perfect tan. They trick the eye without damaging your DNA. Yes, they take a bit of practice, and yes, you probably tango tie-dye yourself once or twice. But compared to the risk of sun or sunbeds, this is a clear winner for anybody who wants the bronze look and healthy skin. Similar to the self-tan, there's the professional spray. I've never done this one, because honestly, standing in paper undies while somebody sprays me is a bit too far out of my comfort zone. But spray tans are just a professional cousin of self-tanners. Just like the at-home self-tan, spray tans rely on DHA. They have the same pros and cons as self-tanners, but they can be better because they create even custom results. But the downside is that it could cost up to 20 to 60 quid per session, and keeping it up weekly can get expensive. And like any DHA tan, it lasts 5 to 10 days before fading. And there's the prep and planning and just awkwardness. But spray tans are the quickest, most flawless way to fake it. UV-free, instantly bronzed, professional looking. The only downsides are the cost and upkeep, and maybe just feeling like you're being misted like a piece of furniture. Now, let's move on to tanning oils and tan accelerators. I'll admit it, I used an accelerator the other weekend. I even preemptively bought it for my sunbed sessions before I started researching this video. What struck me were the instructions. It says apply 3 to 5 days before sun exposure. The bottle is only 120 mils, which made me wonder, is that science or is it a clever way to make me buy more? So obviously, I dove in. Most accelerators contain L-tyrosine, an amino acid that your body uses to make melanin. The pitch is that they prime your skin so when UV hits, you produce more pigment faster. In reality, your body tightly regulates melanin production. You can't just dump in more tyrosine and override that system. The American Cancer Society states flatly, these products have not been shown to work. In other words, it's like trying to speed up a photocopier by stacking paper next to it. The machine works at the speed it works. You can't hack it by shoving more raw material nearby. So here are the pros of tanning accelerators and oils. And I'm being generous here. They have hydration, smell good, and give a glossy holiday vibe. But here are the cons. There's no UV protection. Many are SPF 4, 8 or none at all. Basically a welcome mat for UV damage. They still require UV. Even if they did slightly boost melanin, you only tan when UV radiation injures your skin. So you're not avoiding the harm, you're leaning into it. They give you a false sense of security. The biggest danger is psychological, thinking that you're tanning smarter, so you stay out longer. In reality, you're just compounding damage. The US FDA hasn't approved these tanning claims. They're marketing from a regulatory grey area. In my opinion, the worst of all, and it makes me pissed that I bought this stuff, is that it's marketing over science. That apply 3 to 5 days before the sun instruction. There's no published evidence it changes melanin levels, but it does make sure that you use up the product faster. Accelerators are basically expensive moisturizers with beachy scents. The only thing they reliably accelerate is how fast you finish the bottle. Now, let's move into some more unorthodox tanning methods. Tanning pills. Yes, these exist. Capsules that promise to tan you from the inside out. They contain camphoxynin, a food dye. This can cause eye damage, liver issues, and rashes. Dermatologists say that it's poisoning yourself for a fake tan. and it looks more like spray cheese than sun-kissed. There's also tanning injections. This one has been trending on social media. Melanotan 1, nicknamed the Barbie drug, an unregulated synthetic hormone, which is illegal in the UK and the US. The side effects are nausea, new moles, darkened scars, and possibly melanoma acceleration. Plus, dirty needles and black market contamination. Basically, is Russian roulette with your skin. And then there's the safe fringe methods like body paint and makeup bronzers. Think Sally Hansen airbrush legs, Fenty body sauce, or just a deeper foundation mixed into lotion. It's essentially body foundation. Zero UV, instant colour, and it washes off in the shower. The downside is that it can transfer onto clothes or rub off in the rain, and you have to reapply it every time. But it's a one-day fix, so for a wedding, photo shoot, or a night out, it's basically foolproof. And for anyone wary of DHA in self-tanners, it's an ultra-safe option, just temporary. Pills and injections are not hacks. They're health risks. Makeup bronzers are safe, but fleeting. So the safest play is to moisturise, use gradual tanners if you like, and when the real tan's gone, switch to sunless options. That way your skin looks good now, and it still looks good 10 years from now. Sunbathing and tanning beds always come with wrinkles, damage, and cancer risk. Oils and accelerators are mostly marketing. Pills and injections are just straight up dangerous. The empowering choice isn't skipping the glow altogether, it's choosing the version that lets you look good and stay healthy. That's why I made the free Glow Without the Gamble cheat sheet. It shows you how to spot the safe options, dodge the scams, and keep your glow without gambling your skin. Grab it in the link below. So I'm binning the accelerator and booking myself in for spray tan, because I'd like my tan and my skin to stick around. But here's the wild part. These aren't even the strangest tanning products that people are swallowing right now. There's another trending one that's marketed as totally safe. But when you dig into the finds, it's shocking. And that's exactly what I'm breaking down in my next video. So you don't want to miss out.